back to Boris Farms. Today we are planting cotton. It's my first day running this planter, and we're on our farm called Sam's. This is dry land, and it actually has a lake right in the middle of it, so that's kind of cool. But so far it's running pretty good. Making my first pass down here. This is mile-long rows, so it's going good, but got a stick or a tumbleweed up in my row unit, so I'm going to get that out in a second when we get to the end of this row. But I'll show you what the population and everything's looking like. We're going to get that stick out in a second, but we're gonna keep rolling for now because my monitor's not beeping at me saying that it's not planting, so should be fine. So it is May 24th. Cotton planting conditions they're all right. Depends on the field, depends on the ground conditions. This year we have cover. It's decent. There's some moisture. There's some moisture in the ground, not a ton, but a decent amount. We're just kind of trying to dust it in. We're hoping to catch rain pretty soon, just so we can get all this cotton up. Even though we're kind of in the middle of planting, we're still wanting to rain pretty soon. I'm not sure if the insurance deadline is June 5th or June 12th. I think last year was June 12th, but that might have been because it got pushed back because of conditions. I think we started planting with the big planter Monday, but we'd already had almost all of our drip acres knocked out about a week prior, so I don't know. It is Friday, I believe. Yes, it's Friday. We are planting some Delta Pine cotton. It's what we've been running for a couple of years now. We really like it, and does a good job, so that's kind of what we run. This field is interesting because we kind of turn through this lake bottom. We don't go very far in it, but Dad just made one pass around this lake here, and we kind of drive out and in it a little bit. We try not to get too far just because you can't tell where there's holes and you can't tell if it's muddy or not, which, knock on wood, we don't get stuck. No, last year we had a neighbor. He ran a John Deere, it was a DB106. It was custom made for our 40-inch rows. And he was pulling it with the Case Quad Track, and he buried that sucker. So we're lifting up the row units. They lift up pretty slow, so you kind of got to wait till they're out of the ground before you want to start turning. But this is definitely the biggest implement I've ever ran. 80 feet I think before that the biggest was probably 40 something or so. The monitor sure is beeping at me. But going through all this green stuff here. Turning around in this lake, I normally set it down right when we start to get in, or start to come out of that green stuff, and throttle it up and let her plant. We're planting our target population is about 22,000, and then we're running about 80 pounds of down pressure, so we're running somewhere around 63, 62 acres an hour, which is pretty good. This year, with this planter, we planted 1,563.9 acres of cotton. And the little planters have probably planted somewhere around the same, I'd say. Probably a little less, but I'd say we're about over halfway now. Probably have somewhere around, in total, probably somewhere around 4,000 acres, probably a little bit over to plant this year. And we probably have 2,500 knocked out, I'd say. Don't quote me on those numbers, but something like that. Don't have too much longer running on this field. Where that lake bottom is, Dad's already got the other side. We were working this way, but we need to go that way. But we're working this way currently on this lake. Once we finish that, we'll hop back over to that direction and keep planting towards the highway. And then Dad's gonna come and fold this thing up because he doesn't trust me to do that yet, which I don't trust myself. I have no clue what I'm doing. And we're gonna move over to West Thomas and keep planting. So this rig's running pretty good so far, and I'm enjoying it. Well, we got one more pass here. We're still turning around in the lake here. We have one more pass, and then we're gonna work our way back over towards the highway. But so far, everything's still running fine. Got me some snacks, but it's going. Running pretty good. Yet to find a wet spot in this lake, so that's good and bad because I wish it was wet because that'd mean we had some moisture, but it's a good thing that we haven't got it stuck yet. But this thing takes forever to lift up. Oh shoot. It might not lift up at all. There we go. Guess I didn't click it hard enough. Line back up on our rows here. We're gonna back in there just so we get it about perfect. Unless that, well, it might. Yeah, we'll back up and get that. Well, we got done with that patch by the lake and we got moved over. Now we're making our first pass back here on the south end of the field. Highway's just right there. Don't know if you can really tell. But I see a 16-row stack-fold planter driving down the county road coming our way, so get a cool video of that when it comes by. But I'm trying not to hit a power line currently. If I hit that, it'd be a really bad day for me. And maybe my last day on this earth. So let's hope we don't hit it. But the old 8345R is running pretty good. Going about 6.7. We're just rocking and rolling. Looks like that's a John Deere tractor with a case stack fold on it, 16-row. But I'll get some footage of that when it gets closer. This implement sure is quite the upgrade from what I was running yesterday. Yesterday I was running a 8-row rotary hoe, or 30 feet, We had the ends lifted up, so it was actually 26.667 feet wide is the working width. But now we're on an 80-foot planter in our nicest tractor, and yesterday I was running not our worst, but definitely not our best. Like yesterday, if I wanted to engage the GPS, I had to lift up the steering column. I don't know why. It's probably a wiring issue, but I don't know. But planter's running good. For a second I had the population dip and it beeped at me, but it went back to normal, so I don't know. That's above my pay grade. But there's the highway right there, right where those telephone poles are. I don't know why you can't see it on camera, but anyways, we're rolling. I'll see y'all when we get to West Thomas, or we move, or something cool happens, or not cool, bad. Well, we're on the last field here, going right next to the highway, but we're waiting on Dad. I tried calling him, but he didn't answer. But he's gonna fold this up, and we're gonna get moved up to West Thomas, which is like 2 miles that way. There's 2 fields over there, really like 3, but 2 of them are in wheat, and we're gonna plant the one in cotton that we broke out a couple years ago. It's a little 100-acre patch. Should be somewhat decent, hopefully, but we're rolling here. Just got a little bit further to go, and we will be done with this field. And let's hope that we don't smack one of these telephone poles. I don't reckon this would go over too well if I ran it over with the tire. So I'm gonna pick this up and throw it in the ditch. Time to get back in the planter. Well, we're moving back to the end of this field here. There's Dad's pickup with the seed tender. There's Dad and my pickup. And we're driving back over here so he can get folded up. I'm gonna see if I can't convince him to let me move it to West Thomas, but he'll probably say no. Yeah, I think he figured out that he didn't have it quite right. That's much better. Here's our equipment yard. There's a lot of tillage implements, and also our cattle working facility. But West Thomas isn't a very far move, but we're gonna get after it. Well, here's the field that we're gonna be planting. There's some wheat over on the west end. The problem is there's not a field entrance over here, so we have to go all the way up about a mile, then pull in and come all the way back down to this field. So we really need to invest in getting a field entrance put in over here, but I guess it's no big deal for now. So we're waiting on Matt. He was up, or he ran home for lunch, I think, and he's coming back, and he's gonna pick me up, and we're gonna go grab Dad's pickup, move it back over here, and then we're going to help move Blaze and Gerardo's pickups, at least one of them. I think they got all Hardens knocked out last night, or half of it knocked out last night, and then moved to the other field and got that piece knocked out. And now I reckon they're on Woods Dryland. So, but people are planting all around us. There's that 16-row y'all saw earlier. There's a 12-row over there. A lot of guys running case planters over here. Oh, there's actually 2 12-rows. I didn't even notice that. A lot of guys run case planters over here. They really like them. I think their opening discs are staggered, so they work a lot better planting into moisture. But we're not necessarily planting into moisture a whole lot. In this field we actually will be, so that's always good. Well, we made it back to Dad's pickup. Matt just dropped me off his Yeah, you can't see him. Anyways, we're gonna drop this pickup off at the turn row, and or at West Thomas on the turn row, and then Matt's gonna pick me up, and we're gonna help move Blaze and Gerardo's pickups, and probably the other seat tender. Who needs a buddy seat anyways? We're riding on top of the planter. This is pretty fun. Except for when he accelerated real fast, about flew off the back of it. Oh. He about went in the ditch. We're doing inroads right now. I'm waiting on my uncle. I actually see him coming. But I can't talk over the vacuum, so. Well, we're back at it here at the planter. Just went and moved some pickups, did kind of the scramble. But we're back in the DB80, and it's running good. This field we're actually planting into some moisture, so hopefully it'll come up, but it's kind of a mess. We really don't have a lot of acres left. We are coming to an end pretty quick. But both the 8 rows are across the county road over there. They probably have somewhere around 300 acres to plant on that farm. Then we have east of Logny, which is about somewhere around 100 acres. And then I think we're going to Charla's dry land next with this, which is CRP that we grubbed and sprayed. And we're going to plant straight into that CRP. We're not going to disc it or nothing. So we're grubbing that, or we're planting that. And then we're going to plant Charla's pivot, which is a half-miler pivot. And then we have Fairview left, which that's our furthest farm. It's about 15-20 miles away from here, southeast of here. It's pretty dry in that area. There's no irrigation around, so just dry land left except for Charla's pivot. So we're rolling. The cover is not thick on this at all, if you can't tell. A lot of just wheat stalks just missed up. A lot of hog tracks out there though. But surprisingly a lot of moisture. So we're planting about same population, 2,200. Actually that might be a little bit different, but I think it's the same. Down pressure, we're still shooting for 80. So same settings, we just lowered the planter in the ground a little bit more. So we're rolling. This is probably a 120 acre patch. It's running pretty good so far. Well, we just got this field here finished up. It was 100 and something acres, I don't even know. Took me, by the time I got here, I've been moving pickups. I was only here for about an hour. I'm not sure if I even videoed anything. Well, actually, yeah, I videoed when I was on top of the plane. I know I at least did that, but got this field finished up here. It was on the live stream, so if you guys didn't see it, you missed a live stream. So be sure to be on the lookout for those next time. But I think we're gonna keep on rolling with the planter for tonight. I'm not sure if we're moving to Charla's pivot or to Charla's quarter or or east of Lockney. So not too sure yet, but we are gonna go. I'm gonna go check my cows and fill my pickup with gas because it's like empty. Anyways, but we're gonna keep rolling on. So I may or may not be calling the video here, but I probably, I don't know. Anyways, I won't call the video yet. Yeah, it looks like Dad's moving to Charla's pivot. Well, I just got my cows watered and gave them a bag of feed and stuff. But Dad called and we gotta give him some seed from the gin. He's on Charla's pivot right now. And he said he was getting low on seed, so we're gonna go pick up some seed for him, and then get back to rolling. I think I'm gonna hop on the planter for a little while, but we'll see y'all when we get to the gin. Well, we made it to the gin here, so we're gonna undo the tarp. Anyways, got the tarp up. We'll go ahead and let the ladder down. Maybe. All right. So, with this particular seed tender, you can make it to where the auger will come out. We have not tried that yet. And I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'm not going to worry about it. Well, that makes my decision a little different. I was kind of worried. My dad told me what variety we needed. Luckily, I forgot it, but luckily, there's only one tote left. We've used up all those other ones there. So, we're going to go grab the forklift and load this Pro Box. Smells a little skunky. What on earth happened there? Alright, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. Well, we got the tender loaded here. Not the most balanced load in the world. It's pretty heavy on this end, but we'll just be careful and go slow. There's my moo cows, my vacas. I'm gonna lower this down just because I don't like it flapping in the wind.
there. Go close it.
These washouts are not very smooth. Which, I mean, it's a washout. What do you expect? But we're gonna go home and eat. So, I think I'll go ahead and end the video here. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.